of Agriculture Sciences, Dharwad, came into existence on October 1st, 1986 to fulfill the dreams of people and farmers of northern Karnataka for their agrarian process. The university has threefold functions of teaching, research and extension in the field of agriculture and allied sciences. Current student strength of the university is 3916, which comprises of 2710 undergraduate student, 616 masters, 184 doctor and 396 diploma student. Master degree program is being offered in 25 disciplines and PhD in 18 disciplines. Agri Business and Export Knowledge Center has been established to impart marketing and export knowledge to farmers and other stakeholders. Food Testing and Processing Laboratory is in operation in the Department of Food Science and Nutrition. Dharwad University is the first in the country to have established the Institute of Organic Farming in the year 2006. Institute of Agri-Biotechnology with its state-of-the-art laboratories provides high-quality education, training and R&D in plant and microbial molecular biology and biotechnology. The modified seed village concept followed at UAS Dharwad has been recognized in the country and internationally. Dharwad model of seed production. High-tech horticulture unit was established during 2005 and 6. The university has adopted the 4D committee recommendations including rural agriculture work experience and experiential learning program for undergraduate degree program.
The 4th Dean's Committee recommended for hands-on training or experiential learning. As a result, we modified our syllabus and devoted one entire semester of 21 weeks for various experiential learning modules. In our university, we have 7 modules. In these different modules, in turn have 2 to 3 courses totaling to 20 credits. The students here would learn by hands-on experience of various skills.
See, this is an experiential learning course. We have about 48 students we have registered for this course. They are working with different, right from the land preparation up to harvesting. They are going to understand the different agronomic practices to be followed in the different raising of the crop enterprises here. ತೆಗಿರಪ್ಪ ಅವ್ರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೋರಿ ಹಂಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ರಿ ಬಡ ಬಡ.
We all are the students of the natural resource management. Here we are learning all about natural resources aspect, utilization of resources. In this branch we are learning about IFS, raised seed bed method and dairy farming and organic farming components. Like this all subjects we are learning. Now this is the field of the raised seed bed method. We are mainly followed for the in many field crops and vegetable crops. Seed bed nursery bed raising for the tomato and onion and chili 25 days after. Thank you. After raising seed bed, after 20 to 25 days we are transplanting into the main field. This is the main field of transplanted tomato.
Hoeing is one of the important intercultivation operation carried out in the standing crop. Main objective of the hoeing is to control the weed. It is also act as a dust mulching, especially in the rabi crop.
So this course pertaining to experiential learning is regarding the propagation aspects of the horticultural crops. As we know that most of the propagation is a vegetative propagated crop in most of the horticultural crops where we give a lot of emphasis for plant propagation. initial stages where we are going to have potting and repotting. Vine which is not needed, cut right, prune them right from the bottom portion. Bearing, potting,
ಬಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಡೇರಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿದ ಸರ್ ಕಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬೆಟ್
ನಿಂದಂಗಾಗೈತಿ.
These are the things how you have to see. So, okay, but one niche. So,
ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಕುಂದ್ರಲೆ
sana illa ಏನು
ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್?
Friends, this polyhouse is of area of 5 guntas with naturally ventilated system. So this crop is it will take 8 to 9 months. So before that we have to prepare the bed. Before that you have to prepare the bed.
Here in this shade house, we are growing different exotic vegetables like broccoli, red cabbage, chena cabbage, parsley, lettuce. So different exotic vegetables we are doing. So our students starting from raising seedlings to harvesting, they do almost all activities in this crops. So right now you are in the very important commercial crop, highly nutritious vegetable broccoli. So right now they are doing a harvesting of this crop and also removing of old and dried leaves.
inside.
Center movement, let the problem be center movement.
This experiential learning is called bio inputs. This has 3 components: biofertilizers, biopesticides and vermicompost.
Culturing isolated rhizobium on the crema media, we get transparent white colonies. We can see here. We can clearly distinguish between the agrobacterium and rhizobium. Rhizobium will give transparent colonies, but agrobacterium will get pink or red color. And later we go for a slide preparation on the slide. You can observe here how to prepare the slide. Now she is putting a drop of water on the slide. she is taking the isolated colony and smearing it on the slide. And now she will cover it with the cow slip. After covering like this, we observe it under microscope for the motility of the rhizobium.
We are the fourth year students of UAST College engaged in the experiential learning course, the Bioinputs Group. Here we are presently in the biopesticides laboratory, engaged in the mass production of HA and PV biopesticides. These are the hanging worms after 4 to 5 days of infection with the HNPV.
In this today's experiment, we are mainly concentrating on the mass production of the Metrizium annuiphyllae. Here we have collected the root grubs of Rhinoceros beetle from the field and we brought it to the lab by putting into the FOM or the vermicompost, and to this we are inoculating the spores of Metrizium annuiphyllae. So after this we have to fill this box with a complete FOM, and with the help of maintaining the moisture we have to cover it and we have to keep it for 15 days. After that the Metrizium annuiphyllae, the spores, these spores will propagate on the grubs of the beetles, Rhinoceros beetle.
ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ವರ್ಕ್. ವರ್ಕ್
ಇದು ತುಡಿವಿ ಜೇನು ರೀ. ಇದು ಜೇನು ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ರೀ. ಇದು ತುಡಿವಿ ಜೇನು ಪೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಎಪಿಸಿ ಇಂಡಿಕಾ. ಈ ಜೇನು ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಇದು ಮರದ ಪೊಟ್ರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹುತ್ತದೊಳಗೆ ತುಡಿವಿ ಜೇನು ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ರೀ. ಹೆಜ್ಜೇನು ಮುಜೆಂಟಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾವೆ ರೀ. ಇದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಹುತ್ತದೊಳಗೆ ಮರದ ಪೊಟ್ರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ರೀ. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಪೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇವು. ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಸಂಸಾರ ಕೋಣೆ ರೀ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದು ಮರೆತೆ, ಇದು ಸಂಸಾರ ಕೋಣೆ, ಇದು ಜೇನು ಕೋಣೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಣಿ ಹುಳ, ಮೊಟ್ಟಿ, ಮರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಜೇನು ತುಪ್ಪ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಪ್ಪ ಆದದ್ದು ನಾವು ತೆಗಿಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ರೀ. ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸೂಪರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ತುಪ್ಪ ತೆಗಿತೇವೆ ರೀ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತು ರಾಣಿ ಹುಳ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ರೀ. ಇದು ರಾಣಿ ಹುಳ, ವರ್ಕರು, ಗಂಡು ಹುಳ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ರೀ. ನಾವು ಇಡೋದು ತೆಗೆಯೋದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಾವಕಾಶ ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ರೀ. ಒಮ್ಮೆಗೆ ತೆಗೆಯೋದಾಗಲಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆಗೆ ಇಡೋದಾಗಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬಂದು ಕಸ್ತವು. ಈ ಥರ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ರೀ. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಮಟ್ಟಿ ಮರಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಲೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ತುಪ್ಪ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ರೀ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ
ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಕೂತ್ರೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ನೀವು ಹಚ್ಚೋದು ಗಿಚ್ಚೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು, ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಮಣ್ಣು ಮುಚ್ಚ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸೈಡ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೋ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬಂಡಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗಿಂದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ತೆಗಿರೋದು ಹೋಗಿರಿ ಇವ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿರಿ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹಾಕಿರೋದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಯೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲಿ ಅವನು ತೆಗಿತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿರೋದ್ರಾಗ ಅದು ಬೇಡದ ಹೋಗಿರೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೊಂಬರಿ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ
Good morning everyone. We are from the University of Agriculture Science Dharwad. Now we are showing that how we have to harvest the cocoons. Okay, thank you.